The Super Hornet is unique in its ability to operate at slow speeds and high angles of attack. The superior flight control computers allow the pilot to position the aircraft when and where he needs to. The Super Hornet's engines produce over 44,000 pounds of thrust in full afterburner. This allows the aircraft to sustain 8 times the force of gravity in a turn radius of less than 1,500 feet. Whether in a dogfight or avoiding surface air missiles, the ability of the Super Hornet to turn in a very tight space gives it a tremendous tactical advantage. Gentlemen, as Bobble exits his min-radius turn, he'll execute a tail stand and then abruptly stop his climb, executing a push-pull maneuver.
That's gotta hurt that pushover.
It does. That's about -3 G's right there, Rob. It's very uncomfortable. The Super Hornet is now setting up for his high-speed passing and idle vertical climb. During this maneuver, the aircraft will approach you at nearly Mach 1, demonstrating the use of speed to surprise an enemy. You may notice white vapor coming off the Super Hornet, indicating that it is close to the speed of sound. Keep in mind, the speed at which the aircraft is flying is only half of the capability as he passes in front of you. Lieutenant Trumpet will pull the aircraft into the vertical and quickly point the jet back to the earth. Ladies and gentlemen, I direct your attention to the right for the Super Hornet high-speed pass.
And let's go live to the cockpit. Say hello to Bobble. Bobble, call us some speeds, buddy. Nope.
That's about 715 miles an hour right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I guess he was going too fast to make the communications work.
Probably. Lieutenant Trumpet is now preparing for the next maneuver. You direct your attention to the left to see how the aircraft rapidly points back to the earth. As Lieutenant Trumpet enters from the left, he'll at 350 miles an hour, he'll pull the jet into the vertical and roll the canopy towards the ground. Selecting full afterburner as the airspeed slows to 200 miles an hour, Lieutenant Trumpet will perform a push-pull maneuver and set up for the vertical pirouette. This maneuver requires you to experience a very uncomfortable thing. And rapidly repositions towards the earth. Lieutenant Trumpet and the Rhino are now setting up for a maneuver known as the square loop. Selecting afterburner as the jet approaches show center, Lieutenant Trumpet will rapidly reposition the nose 4 times while flying a perfect square through the sky.
Wait a minute, you said a square loop? Not just a round loop, but a square loop? And we got some of those good vapors, too. The vapor trails are working.
There's the second corner.
How high is he right there?
5,500 feet there, Rob.
Mile high.
And there's 4 corners.
That is.
You better believe it, Rob, and we'll demonstrate that throughout the rest of the demonstration here today. Ladies and gentlemen, from the right, the Super Hornet Inverted Whisper Pass.
Talk about quiet.
From 44,000 pounds of thrust to an absolute whisper. That's pretty impressive.
It is.
Now,
Next maneuver is going to be pretty impressive too, Rob.
tell us about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Bubble is now setting up for the high alpha pass. This maneuver will showcase the incredible slow speed handling characteristics of the Super Hornet. Sometimes the aircraft with the ability to fly the slowest will have the advantage in air-to-air combat, as a potential adversary may be forced to fly in front of the fighter. Few other aircraft in the world would attempt to maneuver at this slow speed and nose attitude, including the F-16 Fighting Falcon, F-15 Eagle, and A-10 Thunderbolt. The 40,000-pound F-18 Super Hornet remains completely controllable at less than 100 miles an hour, with 2 digital flight control computers aiding the aircrew.
Angle of attack, or the number of degrees the aircraft's nose is pulled up above the horizon. Hey, Bubble, you want to call us how slow you're going, sir?
You got it, Rob. Slow down to 150 now for you guys. There's 140. 120. 110.
Talk to you in a few minutes. 110 miles per hour, ladies and gentlemen, on a 40,000-pound airplane. He gets going any slower, he's going to turn into a bag of hammers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw those afterburners light, and Lieutenant Trembus is now climbing to 3,000 feet for a split-ass maneuver. Watch him roll on his back right now and rapidly reposition his aircraft, pointing it directly at the ground. As the Rhino approaches from the right, Lieutenant Trembreath will demonstrate the incredible pitch authority of the Super Hornet. Approaching show center, Lieutenant Trembreath will roll the aircraft 90 degrees angle of bank and then abruptly pull away from you, the crowd.
The maneuverability of this aircraft, even though it's about 30% bigger than the original Hornet, is still. Rhino 1-1, 3/4 of a mile, call the ball.
252, right on ball, 7-0.
Roger ball.
Roger ball. At 600 to 700 foot per minute descent rate, the pilot plants the aircraft right on the deck to catch the tail hook on one of the wires. Even if they catch the wire, the throttles are going forward in case of a bolter, and they've got the power to go around and try it again. Watch the low transition. The gear up, flaps hook, hook up, and full power, full blower to your United States Navy's A-18 Super Hornet. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you like your United States Navy's A-18 Super Hornet?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, get those cameras out. Bubble is setting up to the right for the photo pass. This will give you an up-close look at, ladies and gentlemen, from the right, the Super Hornet photo pass. Rhino approaches from the left. We'd all like to take you a moment of silence to honor him. the understanding and support of the Dayton Air Show. Ladies and gentlemen, the Super Hornet carrier brake.
And the carrier is pointed into the wind to give the best airflow over the decks of the carriers. Therefore, they've got to move a lot of airplanes in a very short period of time. Chubb Mitz, what is the kind of takeoff landing rates you can have on the carriers of today?
Well, Rob, we'll actually do it without talking to each other. We'll launch 20 aircraft, recover 20 aircraft during the day without talking to each other. So we'll just watch that deck from the sky, look for an opening, and then come in to land.
So within
Lieutenant Rosner and myself currently serve as instructors at VFA 122 and spend most of our time teaching new pilots and weapons systems officers how to employ the Super Hornet you saw here today. Currently, there are over 24 Super Hornet squadrons in the Navy, some of which at this very moment are flying in support of combat operations overseas. On board the U.S. Harry S. Truman, the Dwight D. Eisenhower, and the USS John C. Stennis. Ladies and gentlemen, I now would like to take a moment to introduce our Rhino demonstration maintenance crew who have meticulously prepared the aircraft and ensured all systems are safe for flight. AT-1 Select Pop from Maryville, Tennessee, AM-2 Mackey from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and AT-2 Key from Redlands, California. If you are impressed with their precision and skill today, please let them know right now. There are currently over 700 maintenance personnel in VFA 122 whose tireless efforts allow us to accomplish our mission. And on behalf of the United States Navy, I would like to thank you for allowing us to demonstrate the F-18 Super Hornet here at the Dayton Air Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Bobble brings it to a stop and clears the runway, join me in a round of applause for the entire VFA 122 Super Hornet demo team. Chubb Mitz, Lieutenant Nolan Lucas, Major Buzz Rosner.
Birthplace of aviation, we're proving it right here. We're continuing that tradition. Enjoy this amazing show, but don't let the thrill stop here. You can stay in Dayton, the birthplace of aviation, and you can experience other one-of-a-kind aviation assets. For more success story, give him and his family and this great ops group a big round of applause, if you will. Our dreams become our realities. Oh, what a story. As we, Mikey, what do we have here?